So, grand rising loungers. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Shout out to you guys for all coming on in. And you make sure you guys hit that like button, as I always tell you guys. Listen, guys, I have been on this case all night long. Okay. Of course, I got my sleep. I need my beauty sleep, of course. But I definitely have been on this case, okay, with Lagena and what is going on with her. Okay. I don't know. There was a lot of stuff that came out on several channels, okay? But we are definitely going to get into this stuff today. But before I do get into what's going on with Lagena and what's going on with Jaguar, I want to talk about a couple of other topics, particularly one of our mental health topics today. So we are going to get into that. And we are also going to get into a little bit of Nicki Minaj and Nosy Ho, okay? Because there is a lot going on with that, and I just wanted to, touch base and give my opinion on that as well. But as far as Lagena, I definitely think that is the most pressing part of what's going on today, and I am going to talk about that in depth this morning. I also was going to talk about some Secktah topics. I'm going to tell you now, more than likely, I probably will not get to that. I will tell you, though, that I do think that Linen Honor is full of ish. Okay. I definitely think that. I watched the video on Information Man and the Linen Honor video that he did, and I was not excited at all. I was very disappointed in the questioning and also, just kind of how surface he was. But I do know that Lennon has a very large audience. I know that he has people that just love him regardless. And I also understand that as a content creator, that you are going to have people that are just going to fool with you regardless of what's going on. So that's pretty much all I have for sector topics today. I will get into some deeper stuff a little bit later on in the week. But right now, I do think what's happening with Lagena is definitely taking precedence over these things. And so I am going to be talking about that a lot more today. Okay. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to get right into the show, guys. Again, make sure that you guys sit back and relax and chill. Go ahead and grab you up some orange juice, some breakfast, something positive so that we can get right into the shenanigans.
It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
So today we're going to talk about maintaining balance in your life, okay, and how we're actually able to do that, okay? So we're definitely going to go over at least 8 of these topics. It does take a little bit more, and there's actually a lot more on this article that I received this from, but I'm going to give you guys 8 ways today, okay? So mental health means striking a balance in all aspects of your life, including social, physical, spiritual, economic, and mental, okay? So reaching a balance is a learning process. And at times you may tip the balance a little bit too far in one direction and then have to find your footing again, okay? Your personal balance will be actually unique to you, and your challenge will be to stay mentally healthy by keeping that balance, okay? So here are some healthy suggestions on how to keep that balance. Number 1, you can build healthy self-esteem. So self-esteem is more than just seeing your good qualities. It's about being able to see your abilities and weaknesses together and accepting them and doing your best with what you have. So, for example, you may not be able to play tennis very well or be like a star at that, but that shouldn't stop you from enjoying the game of tennis, right? You can go out and still have fun if you decided to play tennis. I personally am not a tennis player, but I'm just saying that is something that, is an example of that, okay? Another thing that you want to do is build your confidence, okay? So take a good look at your good points. What do you do best? Where are your skills and interest areas? And how would your friends describe you? Now, look at your weak points. What do you have what difficulties do you have going on? What things make you feel frustrated? Take a look at this list and remember that all of us have positive and negative sides. We let our strengths shine and we build on our weak points to help us mature and grow. Okay. So it's not so that you can beat yourself up about all your little weaknesses. It's literally so that you can recognize them, understand them, and then do something about them. That's the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're honest with yourself about those weaknesses. And one of the best ways to do that is to physically put it in your face, writing it down, putting it on a vision board, something that you can see and that you can, start checking off and working on. Okay. Another thing you want to do is receive as well as give. Okay. So many of us confuse having a realistic view of our good points with conceit, right? So we have trouble accepting kindness from others or accepting love from people or accepting accolades from people. Okay. We often shrug off compliments and say, I understand that, and then start putting ourselves down. I am famous for doing that. Okay. That is something that I most definitely do. I will admit that. Okay. But you want to learn how to actually accept those compliments and take those compliments. Okay. So the next time someone compliments you saying, something like, thank you, I'm glad you think so, you could say something like that, that would actually allow you to kind of accept what they're saying. Okay. As everybody is, sometimes, I'm one of those people, I admit, that I feel like sometimes compliments are put in place or, for people to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Fake in a sense, I don't know, especially if you're like over complimenting, me or something. I definitely kind of feel that way. But hey, I have to learn how to take that and how to accept that because I give those as well. So I have to be able to receive as much as I give when it comes to such a thing. So, creating positive parenting and family relationships. This is something that I love. This part of this article, it says work on building good family relationships. Learn to value each member's skills and abilities and learn how to give and accept support from family, okay? And um from parenting as well, okay? So, if you have children and you have not had a good relationship with your kids, you might want to start doing something of that nature. You might definitely, well, I'm not going to say you might. You definitely want to try to repair that relationship as much as possible. Hey, I'll say this. Each child experiences their own thing, and each parent experiences their own thing with their child. And that is something that would be, pretty it's something that you would know and they would know. No one else would really know what your relationship is with them, right? But if you know that that relationship has not been a good one, you have to do something about that. You have to clean some things up yourself as the parent, right? Even if your child is the one that was allegedly wrong or they did something that was wrong, right? As the parent, as the one who's the mature one in the situation, you are the one that needs to maintain some level of relationship with them, okay, in some way. Now, I can't speak for everybody. I'm lucky to not have children who are disrespectful to their mother, who have been, even though they've been through a lot of things, they're not like that with me. And I have a very good relationship with every single one of them, right? But I still strive to keep that relationship healthy. I strive to do everything I can to make sure that that relationship remains that way, right? And I feel like it's my job to do that, even though they feel like it's their job to do their part of it, right? But as long as we got everybody kind of working together on that, I think that is the most important part. But I want to remember, that everybody's family dynamic is not the same, you know some people have really experienced some real things concerning their children. I know a couple people who have, and I've never experienced those things, and it's difficult to maintain that relationship if those horrible things have happened, or if really terrible things have happened. But if you can, try to maintain those relationships, even if you're seeing a counselor together, even if you're going, to get support together on that matter, do something about that. Life is short. We only have, a certain amount of time here on this side of the universe. And, you don't want to be caught on, hated in hatred towards a family member. And then, something happens, something tragic happens, and you can never take that time back, you know? So do everything you can to maintain good and healthy family relationships, particularly with your kids, if you do, and if you do have kids, okay? And making time with them is also very important. Friends also help to understand that you're not alone in situations, right? So they help you by sharing your ups and your downs, and help you in turn. In turn, you can help them as well. So together, you and your friends can also share life challenges and celebrate life joys. Okay, so you want to build a friendship tree and keep in touch by inviting a friend to lunch, encouraging new friendships, asking for your friend to bring someone that you've never met, different things like that. Okay. Another thing you'd want to do is figure out your priorities. So advertisers try very hard to convince us that we need their products and services, right? Our challenge is to know the difference between our real needs, like food, shelter, clothing, transportation, and those things, and our actual wants, right? Like the bigger TV, the latest fashions, flashy cars, different things like that. And also to find the right balance in our spending, right? So financial problems can cause stress. So it's important to avoid overspending and just, maintaining a budget. These are very important things to do. And these should be number one on our priority list. Okay. So you want to create, like I said, a meaningful budget. Write out a budget for yourself that's realistic. Have you planned what to do with the money left over for your wants, and what wants are the most important to you? These are some things that you can do to kind of prioritize life and figure out exactly, what's important and what isn't. Getting involved. This is something that I do a lot, as you guys know. So being involved in things that really matter to us also provide a really good feeling of purpose and satisfaction. So you should always remember that you do make a difference, no matter how big or small your efforts are. Volunteering. You can read to children at the local library, visit an elderly person at home or in the hospital, serve on a committee or a board of your favorite charity, organize a cleanup of a local park or beach, help a neighbor clean out his or her garage. These are all small things that you can do to really give back to the world and give back to the community. It doesn't always have to be that you're feeding the homeless or giving out clothes or something like that. It could be something as small as, and I'll tell you guys what our club does often. We will go and buy like brooms and different things like that, and we'll go to a specific neighborhood and we'll help clean up that neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like we'll just go out and just do that type of community service. These are things that we do, and it'll come into it'll be like neighborhoods that some people might be afraid to go in, right? But we're not scared to go. We're not scared of nobody. We ain't afraid. We're gonna run down up in there and we're gonna help them clean their neighborhood up, right? And also leave something for the kids or leave something for the parents. This is stuff we do all the time. So it's simple things like that that could really, really help with stress and help you feel like you're really a part of something. Okay. So that is something that you definitely want to think of. Also, maybe you can take a 5-minute vacation, right? So each day you can set aside 5 minutes for a mental health break. Close your office door or go into another room and daydream about a place, person, or idea, or think about nothing at all. Just feel like you've been on a little mini vacation. And I do that sometimes. I have to do. So those are things that you can do in order to help yourself maintain your mental health. Okay. Finally, you want to cope with the changes that actually do affect you in life. Okay. So if there are some things that have happened, like the death of a spouse, something that happened to a child or something that's going on, you want to cope with those changes. And the only way that you can find those coping mechanisms is through unique experiences, right? Your own personal experiences. You want to talk with your therapist, talk with a counselor, talk with someone who is a professional, all right, to get an actual tailored coping mechanisms for you to use for your specific experiences. No one's experiences are all the same. So what you may be experiencing, someone else may not, and it may not go exactly that way, right? So they might be able to get up and take a bike ride and everything is fine. As for me, I ain't taking no bike ride nowhere. Okay. So that would not work for me, right? In a situation like that. But I absolutely do, really, really, really do believe in coping with my changes. Anything that happens, I try to find ways to cope. And if I can't find a way, I will talk to a professional about it. Okay. So these are just some things that we can think about when we're talking about maintaining balance in your life. Okay. And that is our mental health moment for the day. All right. Now, listen, let me play a quick timer for you guys because I am going to get right into this information over here regarding what's going on here with Lagena and them. But I'm going to play this quick timer while I pull up this information that I found on Larry's Instagram, Larry Reed Live's Instagram. I thought it was so funny. Now, like I said, I'm not against Larry Reed. I don't know, I don't know what's going on yet. We're going to sit here and find out what's happening, right? Once everything comes out and once the whole thing is done, okay? But the bottom line is sometimes he does share some very funny videos, and I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this video because I thought it was hilarious. I'll give you guys the backstory on it and everything, and then we'll get right into it, guys. So what a great weekend I had, guys. Make sure that you guys, again, are hitting the like button on the way in. Guys, we had 17 family had our Newark sisters had a Jersey and Jordan's party on Saturday. It was lit as always. Always 17 parties are always lit. But sis, yes, honey, this is what I wore out that beach. Miss Unique was out in this piece that night, okay, before I left up out of there. And we had an awesome, awesome time. I always have fun with my family, and we always enjoyed ourselves every time we do something together. But I just wanted to show y'all that. I do have some other pictures too that I may post But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that I did like a little. I was trying to take pictures with my kids. They started doing this little video thing while I was standing there in my room, just coming out, getting ready to leave. But yeah, just telling you guys that I thought I had an awesome time that night. It was just amazing. But I was towed up, honey. Honey, yes, I was. But I had a great, great time with the family. Shout out to 17 Family for Life. Now, listen, let me go ahead and present my screen to y'all. We are going to get into this funny video that Larry Reed has on his Instagram, right? And what it was about was, I'm just going to give you guys the backstory on it real quick. So what it was this guy. It was at Geno Jennings, Pastor Geno Jennings church. Okay, if y'all don't know about his church, it's like a big mega church, and they're kind of real tough in there. Like they don't play no games or nothing in there. He don't play no games at all. Okay, so this happened about 4 years ago, where this guy named Mr. Vegas, who is a Jamaican dancehall dancer, went up in the church, right? And he was wearing his Black Panther Wakanda catsuit outfit, okay? And he came up in there, and Pastor Geno Jennings was like, nah, get him up out of here, honey. So I'm going to...
It ain't nobody, just a minute, nobody is coming in First Church and think you're going to take over First Church. Not here. Not here.
Hold on.
Not here.
All right, watch this, y'all.
Usher him out. Take his microphone and 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 usher him out. Take his microphone. Just a minute. Just a minute. Take his microphone.
I think it's safe to say he want him to take his microphone and usher him out.
Take his microphone and usher him out. Take his microphone. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out. Usher him out. It ain't nobody, just a minute, nobody is coming in First Church and think you're going to take over First Church. Not here.
Lord, today.
Not here.
Lord, today. Lord, today.
Not
Lord, today. Oh, my God, y'all. First of all, okay, I think I seen like one church fight, and that was on World Star. Okay, that was a long time ago. I ain't never seen like nothing like this before, where they had to take several people to get this man up out the church. Okay. But that man was not playing with him at all. Okay. And like I said, the backstory is he came in there with the Wakanda Forever outfit on, trying to do the whole thing. And he was yelling out, give me my Bible, or give me the Bible, give me the Bible. And then he finally went up and had the microphone and just started going in. And then here they went, was like, nah, get him up out of here. We're not about to let him just re-ruin in church like this today, okay? But that was funny. Shout out to Larry Reed for actually posting that, because that was too funny. But again, that happened like 4 years ago, guys. And that was at Geno Jennings Church, okay? So if y'all don't know who he is, y'all got to look him up. He's a mega pastor, okay? Anyway, guys, let's get into what is going on out here. And I know everybody is interested in this conversation. You know what? Before we even get into that, let me go ahead and talk to y'all real quick about this, okay? About Nikki and Nosy. And then we're going to go ahead and get into what's going on with Lagena Gold and what's going on with Jaguar Wright, okay? Because it's a whole lot of ish happening, y'all, that is not good, okay? And I really want to talk about this before I get into the Lagena thing, because I think it's important that everybody kind of really knows what's going on here. Now, Nicki Minaj has been, everybody knows that Nicki Minaj looked to serve Nosy Ho back in October of 2022 for defamation, okay? Nosy had said that Nikki was using coke, okay, and all kinds of stuff. She said it was, she didn't even say alleged. She was like, no, it's for sure, and she know, and all this stuff. And it was a whole big deal, okay? It became a really high profile case. Nicki Minaj has a team of lawyers that have been really working hard on this case. And then it looked like Nosy also had a really high profile attorney that was on her side, that was taking over the case and that was dealing with it. But ever since he did that one interview, he did an interview, and I can't remember where it was, but he did this one interview. I want to say it was with Sean Davy Way, or it was with somebody big, okay? But he did this one huge interview, and we ain't heard from that nigga since, okay? Like literally. So now what's come to fruition is Nikki is now allegedly put, and this is all alleged because I have not seen any paperwork on this, okay? Nikki is now petitioned allegedly the court for a default judgment of $75,000 as of Thursday, the 23rd of February, okay? Now, I don't really know if that is something that has really happened. Like I said, I cannot confirm it because I have not found the paperwork on it. Here at Black Lounge, we give facts, okay? We don't give out, a bunch of stuff. I will tell you my opinion every so often, which I'm about to give you in just a minute regarding this. But I have not factually found any paperwork showing that she has actually requested this default judgment, okay? This is something I think that Nikki has said, the Barbs are saying, and again, this is my opinion, okay? That the Barbs are saying, that Nikki is kind of saying, that her attorneys are saying, to kind of scare Nosy Ho. This is how I'm thinking. This is how it looks, okay? And at this point, Nosy is just like, okay, you know what I mean? If do what you do, whatever you're gonna do it. But so far, I haven't seen it. So as long as I haven't seen it, and I'm not getting served with nothing, and ain't nothing happening, you bitches can say whatever y'all want to say. And that's how I think Nosy is taking it, and that's how I think she should take it. Because at this point, Cardi was, and with Cardi and Tasha K's story, Cardi was very calculated with that. Everybody was well aware of what was happening with that situation and with that case, right? With this case, it's been really quiet. It's just kind of under wraps. It's just kind of swept under the rug. Hell, a lot of us probably forgot about it, right? Until all of a sudden this comes up and people are putting this on Twitter and this is being said and that's being said. At the end of the day, if she really wanted to get this default judgment, she would just get it. She would just go ahead and request it. She doesn't have to make any announcements about it. She doesn't have to go on Twitter and go on here and talk shit and say this and get the Barbs hype, because it's irrelevant what the Barbs think, right? It's irrelevant what anybody thinks. So if you feel that you really have a default in this situation and that she hasn't, answered this lawsuit, then go do what you do. There you have it. And that's my word on Nicki Minaj and what's going on with Nosy Ho. Shout out to Nosy, because I'm saying, like, hey, I would probably feel the same way. I'm not about to sit here afraid and walking around here in fear because you keep threatening me with this lawsuit. You keep threatening this whole thing. You're either going to do it or you're not. And that's it. Nosy has an actual business that it's an LLC. She has this is an actual business that she's doing. If she really needed to pay that $75,000, I'm pretty sure there's some insurance that she has that could pay it. So what are we waiting on? Get it done. Do what you do if you feel like that. Okay? Now, let's move on. And shout out to y'all that are in the comment section. Hey, living life to the fullest. I appreciate you being in the building. Yeah, you said, who tried it with Pastor Gino? Was it Mr. Vegas, girl? Girl, he tried it. Hey, Darlene, I appreciate you being in the building. Good morning. Happy to see you. Grand rising to you as well. Always appreciate my loungers, everybody who comes in and is always around, just coming around and chilling and hanging out with the pre. Always appreciate you guys. Listen, y'all, like I said, I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about regarding the Secktah, okay? I had some things with We on Lock. I had some stuff going with Sexy Toy Lady. There's a lot happening that I did want to talk about. But right now, I don't think that is priority. I do honestly think this is more of a priority of what's going on right now with Lagena Gold, okay? It's actually pretty scary, some of the conversation that has been happening. It's kind of had me up, kind of looking into things. Like I said, I did get my beauty sleep, okay? Always got to get that, okay? But I definitely did stay up and listen in on Sean Davy Way. I listened in on Hear Her TV as long as I could. That video, I think, is still going on. And there's just a lot that came out. There's a lot that was talked about that I want to get into, okay? And we're going to get into it right now. Listen, number one, there is room for everybody on these YouTube streets, okay? If you are talking about this story with Lagena and with Jaguar and all this stuff, right? If you are covering this story, you have your own key and core audience that is only going to fuck with you, okay? There are people that also will fool with other content creators as well. So they're talking with you, they're listening in on your shows, and they're jumping over to other panels and they're listening in on those shows. Some shows do different things with different styles. Y'all know I don't like to drop the link a lot, right? But sometimes if I do, I might, host a panel or host, a conversation about something, but that's something that I usually set up ahead of time. It's not something that I just kind of do, right? Every so often I might drop the link and say, hey guys, y'all can hit the link. If you want, we can talk about this. But I usually don't do shows like that. But there are people that do, right? There are people that all they do is drop the link. They kind of drop the link and the audience is kind of the ones that carry the show, right? Or they're the ones that kind of, carry on the conversation. But for me, I that's just not my style, right? So everybody has different styles on how they are presenting their information, how they are coming to their conclusions and whatever. And nobody has to step on anybody to do that. Like, it's not that motherfucking serious, really, right? I mean, like, let me give you an example. Like me and Let Me See Your Transcript, right? We both cover these stories. We both are covering the stories about Jaguar, but both of us support each other. I will say, hey, make sure that you guys go over and check out Let Me See Your Transcript. She does the same for me, right? But we also have different audiences. She does not have the same audience as me. Some of y'all in the sector watch both of us, but she has a totally different audience than I do. There are people that never heard of Let Me See Your Transcript that watch me. And there are people that never heard of Black Lounge Divine that watch her, okay? So how she delivers this might be very different than how I deliver it. But it's still, we're both content creators and we're both giving you guys the same great story, okay? So that is a prime example of two content creators that could be in the same space and we're not trying to step on each other's toes to give you guys a story. It's not that serious. It really isn't. So I was disappointed in what I saw in Sean Davy Way last night. I'm not going to lie. I really love Sean. I absolutely do. As a matter of fact, I sent him a couple super chats because I really do care for Sean. But I was hurt by what I was seeing because I didn't think it was that serious. I think it's more serious that we're making sure that Lagena is safe. I think that it's more serious that we're making sure that Lagena is getting the help that she needs. Even though, and I want to say this, and there was a reason why I told the world about my son's condition, okay? Because I am a parent of a child who has a condition. And I am very aware of how difficult it is for parents, for family members to get them to do anything once they're an adult. Do you understand me? I know how hard that is. I know firsthand how hard that was. Nobody's going to tell me anything about that. So for anybody who jumps all over Lagena's family members and tells them that they ain't ish and they ain't that and they're not this, how dare you? You have no idea what it's like to help a person who has schizophrenia. You have no idea unless you've actually experienced it yourself. And I'm pretty sure that if you had, you wouldn't be talking like that. You wouldn't. Because you have no idea how exhausting it is to help a family member, to love them, and to watch them experiencing what they're experiencing. And then try to get them the help that they need, and they refuse it. They make you out to be the crazy one if you try to get them any assistance. See, have you ever been through that? So don't talk about these people and them, how dare they not be in Texas. How do you know how many times they tried? How do you know how many times before now they actually tried? They put their effort in just to be met with FUs and to be met with, don't call me. Have you been through that? Because if not, you shouldn't have nothing to say about Lagena's family. Have you been through delusions with your family where they can't tell and separate truth from reality? They can't separate what's really going on. Have you ever been through that? Because if you have not experienced that firsthand with someone you love, where you got to separate reality to them, where you got to show them what really happened, you got to prove it to them. If you ain't never been through that, you shouldn't have nothing to say about Lagena's family. Delusions are real. Schizophrenia is real. This young woman has developed schizophrenia and has been diagnosed with such. So what comes along with schizophrenia is delusions. There may have been things that she may have experienced. I'm not going to say she hasn't. But it's not up to us to figure out what those things are. And it's not up to us to point fingers at the family of this delusional woman who is clearly not on her medication. So just because she may have said something to you doesn't mean it's true. And I'm going to need you to back off of the family because they don't deserve that. I don't care what's going on. They don't deserve it. And like I said, you don't know what efforts they have put in already to help Lagena. Just because they are not moving the way you think they should, just because they are not jumping up because the world is talking about this and now they need to hurry and run to her aid because Sean Davy Way and all his people need to see it. They are not on this social media platforms. They don't care. Just because they may talk to a couple of these people and they may give them some insight on some things because everybody is talking about it and everybody is hitting them up by email and by text, doesn't mean that they are chasing this story on YouTube. And that's particularly gaslighty, from the person who brought her here. I'm just saying. This is the morning motherfucking opinion. You ain't got to like what the fuck I said. But I said what I said. Leave her family alone. I don't care what Lagena's told you. You know she has a condition. So leave it at that. You're not always right. Sometimes you could be wrong too. Just like all of us. and how you treated those women, her family, is crazy. Literally, you just met Lagena. What, 3 weeks ago? And 3 weeks ago, you was talking shit about her. You just met her. You don't know her, Sean. And you don't know her family. And you don't know what they have experienced behind this. I had to say that before I kept going with the rest of the show. Because like I said, as a parent of a child who has such a condition, well, he's an adult now, I know what it's like. I know how exhausting it is. I know how painful it is. And I know what it's like to be done. I know what it's like. So if you have not been through that, you shouldn't have shit to say. Period. You can say everything you want to say about Lagena. You could say, I talked to her. I had a conversation. I already know she good. All this. All of that's fine. But for you to be jumping down the throats of their family members, you're wrong. You're wrong as two left shoes. And I wonder how many other people are going to be bold enough to tell you that. That's just facts. You cannot like it. You can feel some type of way. Anybody feels type of way. It doesn't matter. The family doesn't deserve it. Now, let me get into y'all comments, and then I'm going to get into the rest of this stuff, the rest of this commentary here. She does look very young, yeah. But let me go ahead and get into the comments, guys, so that we can get into everything. Girl, that clip was classic, man. That was classic. I said, oh my God, I had to share that with y'all just so y'all could see how funny that was. Hold on, guys. Let me play a quick timer real quick. I'm going to go grab a water. I always do this to y'all. I'm sorry. But we're going to go ahead and just play this quick. We'll do a Secktah News timer, even though I'm not doing Secktah News today. Okay, guys, my bad. You know, I have to get my water and stuff. Y'all, I got to remind, get water before show starts. I'm going to put a little sticky note right here on the desk so I can remind myself to get some damn water before the show starts. You said, good morning to Living Life. You said, good morning, Darlene, and nice to see you. You said, please don't forget to hit the like button on the way in, y'all. Darlene got the coffee and the donuts for y'all. Yes, yes. You said, welcome to the Morning Opinion. Please tell a friend to subscribe, like, and share this video. Yes, yes. Hey, Ms. Murph, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, good morning, Miss T. Pre, mods, and chat. Toast up, Diggable Logic, I appreciate you. You said, Miss T, and chat fam. You said, Darlene, morning, Miss Murph. And you said, good morning, Diggable. You say, yep, very, very difficult situation. It is. And I'm just, you know, like I'm just overwhelmed with what I was hearing Sean say, right? Because I listened in on the whole thing. I had to rewind it a couple times. I listened in on it and I was just like, come on, Sean, like this is This is not okay. You know, I get it, but this is not okay at all. You said, oh, this young girl, I didn't know. That's sad. Yeah, it's a lot going on with her. I'm about to get into real quick. You said, please don't forget to hit the like button, please. And thank you. You said, how old is she? She looks very young. She's actually 27 or 28. I believe she's 28. She was born in May of 95. So that's about 28. Okay. Yeah, but she does look really, really young. You said, that's right. He don't know. Don't judge them. They love her more than him. Okay. He don't know. He don't know any of them at all. He's just meeting Lagena. Like what, 3 weeks ago, literally, and was talking crazy about her. That's how we all found out about her, right? Shit, what's he talking about? Hey, Divine 7, I appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, Miss T Pre and chat. You said Sean been negative about her. He used to be so extra. He still is, but you know, I love Sean. I do. But this wasn't right. And somebody has to say something, like period. And you know, I don't care. It's just is what it is. You said, hey, Divine. You said, hey, Darlene. You said, I see Jaguar Wright arrested again. Okay. Again. And we about to get into that hoe in a second. Literally that hoe in a second. Okay. Allegedly in a second. All right. You said, hey, Divine at 7 and living life. You said, Angela needs an escape plan. Okay. She definitely does. You said, hey, Miss Murph. You said, Nova, good morning. You said, I don't follow him anymore. He was entertaining. Okay. So I do still follow Sean. I like a lot of things he talks about. Him and I both have been on the Marquez Houston story. He's been on a lot of other stories that I've seen and I like. But, you know, I don't like everything he does, but I do like a lot of his content and I watch most of his content. I'm not a member. I don't feel the need to be. But I do like Sean, and every so often I will send him a nice little super chat or something for, you know, his humor and, you know, and other things. But this wasn't humorous to me at all. It wasn't funny at all. And I was definitely going to take it to the morning opinion. You said, hey, Darlene, you said nobody told Angela to go mess with CB Nation's Jaguar Wright. Okay. You said, hi, living life to the fullest. And 7. You said, hi, Nova. You said, please don't forget to hit that like as you come into the chat. Yes, yes. Hey, TMK, you said, and here we go with another timer commercial. You know it. Didn't Miss Heifer know she was going to need water for the deep rapsy voice for thing in the morning? Yes, I got to be reminded to get that water before the show starts. Yes. You said, Darlene, heard the doll face. You said, welcome to the morning opinion. Yes, yes. 28. She's grown. She definitely is. She definitely is. You said, I'm going to watch it later. Okay. So let's get into what has been going on, guys. Okay. So for those of you that are new to the channel, make sure that you are hitting the like button. Make sure you do subscribe. Make sure that you do share the show out so everybody knows we are live. Put us in the algorithm, okay? Now, Jaguar has been tripping, okay? She went out on this crazy, crazy binge of yesterday? Just kind of talking shit and just talking about Goomba and all kinds of crazy stuff. I am honestly not going to play those videos. I think that everybody has seen the videos of what Jaguar was saying. What I am going to do, I am going to play one of the videos, which was the one where she was at the police station. Okay, we're going to play that, kind of break that down a little bit, kind of talk about that. And then we're going to talk about Lagena, okay, and what is going on with her. Because there is a question of whether or not anybody's even talked to her, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into Jag first. I'm going to go ahead and present my screen so that you guys can hear it. I'm not going to play it so that you guys, if you want to see it, you'll have to go over to her Instagram and check her out because for copyright purposes, I'm not going to actually show you guys the video, okay? But again, I will show you guys real quick her actual channel there on Instagram. So bear with me one moment while I remove the branding. And that is her actual Instagram page. So if you guys want to hear anything and actually see the video yourselves, you can go over to Instagram and check out Jaguar right. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and play this video, child. Because, honey.
You know, it's real fucked up when you left to have to do things you don't want to do. But, you know, we all got to do what we got to do sometimes. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this at all.
It hurt all the time. Like the nerve for
What up? Oh, let me ding the bell.
Without surgery. We're Arthritis Knee Pain Center, the premier leaders in non-surgical knee pain treatments. Instead of surgically replacing your knees,
you know you gotta ding the bell. Hello. How are you? I wish I was doing well. I gotta feed my family, you know. So I'm here to feed my family. Hopefully you do me a
Okay, this is the video, guys, where she is talking crazy. So I'm going to just let her talk on this one, and then we'll get into the rest of this, okay?
And he done stole all my money. I hope the clumps are living it up off my cash. I hope they are. And while y'all sitting there living it up off my cash, I'm left here in these streets to prostitute with this very fat Jamaican man who won't get me something to help me feed my family today, since it's okay for my husband to rob me.
Wow.
I ain't want it like this. Shoot, I ain't had to resort to these kind of methods in years. So I need to talk to you. It's important. Now you know my husband done gone crazy. This is now day 5. I ain't got no money, friend. I got to feed my family. What I got to do? I'm telling you, my family is in need, friend. We ain't got nothing to eat. And I ain't got no money. I got $5. I know I can't feed my whole family with $5. Can you help me out? I don't know. I mean, can't we come to some kind of arrangement? I mean, I ain't got no choice. They say my husband with his family. I don't know. Everybody know where my husband at but me. He with his family. Oh, thank you, sir. I don't think this is going to be enough to feed my family, though. So can we come to an arrangement? Is there anything that I have?
No, I don't want nothing.
You don't want nothing?
No.
Well, how am I going to feed them? I don't know. No, seriously, I'm telling you, you know. I've been without my money for days. He's still hijacking my accounts. I got people. There's 4 of us at home. Everybody's starving. What I'm gonna do?
Hey, Keisha, I appreciate.
Well, this might help. Can I get some
You got 5 on it.
Can I get a platter? Like a large platter for everyone to share. Huh?
Yo, man, this is hilarious. Hilarious.
It's a damn shame.
Damn shame.
They ain't got no $5 meals in here that'll feed my whole family. I got me, I got my mama, I got my son, I got Lagena. And my husband done ran off with all my money. He been robbing me for days. Hijacked all my accounts, did everything. Now I gotta sit up here, you know, if I gotta turn a trick to feed my family, then that's just what it's gonna have to be. I mean, he is handsome.
She said,
I don't want to be a cheater, but what I'm supposed to do?
She gonna suck homeboys.
Oh, this is thank you.
For some
Now, where do
jerk
you
chicken.
want me to go? Because I only got a couple minutes. Well, you know, to the back so I can.
No. Take your ass home. That's what you need to do.
I gotta go home. You don't want nothing?
No, I don't want nothing.
You don't want nothing I got?
We don't want nothing.
You don't want nothing, you sure?
Nothing.
Because I'm willing.
Take your ass home, man.
Thank you, friend. If you change your mind, call me. Oh, ain't God good? Because I was about to turn that trick. I was. I was about to do it. But you know, I don't need a job application, bitch. I got a whole fucking company. I got a whole TV station that has been hijacked and taken by my husband. So I guess I'm finna have to go after I drop this food off for everybody to eat. I'ma have to go and file that police report for theft, terroristic threats. I guess I'll go over to the police station when Gina go have her first music lesson today with the brass blueser, atonal experience, Anton Amelberg. Great. You know what? Let me put all of this in here.
She said, "Take your ass home."
Let me get it all. You know, everybody wants me to be the bad guy all the time, but the truth is all I ever think about is other people. My whole life is spent taking care of the people I love, including my husband. And the truth is, the only reason my husband's mad at me is because I said his mama is a Uncle Daddy Dick loving lying ass toothless bitch, and it's the truth. All of it is. I know people got a hard time with my delivery, but I've been at war with my mother-in-law since the day we got married. She's been fighting for dominion of my husband over me. You know, it say in the Bible, when a man marries his wife, he's supposed to leave his mother and father and his family and cleave to his wife. That means stick to his wife. And we are to become one. But how are we going to become one when my mother-in-law has constantly undermined my marriage every chance she get? The truth is, she's the one that encourages my husband to put his hands on me. She's the one that probably encouraged him to hijack all of my accounts. And Charlotte, I hope you enjoying whatever money you getting from me, bitch. I'm going after your church officially. I'm going to have it exposed for the fraud that it is, for the frauds that you are. I'm going to take your church from you. And then I'm going to take your job from you, because I'm going to publish everything that your doctor wrote about you while you was in the nut house after you pretended to commit suicide to get sent.
Okay. Okay. So I wanted to get, okay. Jerk for jerk, okay? I am over the loungers. I'm over y'all niggas early in the morning. It's too early for this shit, okay? You said, child, I can't believe anything she says. Okay, listen. So this is what we're going to get into. So ultimately, she ends up at the precinct after this dumbass video she did, okay? Which again, I'm not going to play the rest of that video because there was a lot of crap that she said in that video that I don't want to play on my channel, okay? It was bad enough I got to that point, but I kind of wanted to get you guys into the state of mind that Jaguar Wright was in when she went to the precinct, okay? So she was already mad. She was already in her feelings, already feeling some type of way, because she claims that Goomba, her husband, has taken her money, has shut her out of all her devices. She doesn't have any ways to any of her cash, which I find very, very strange. As a banker, okay, I find that to be very, very strange. Number one, even if everything she does is online, like most people bank these days. A lot of people bank online these days. They kind of use the app. They use different things. You usually have a branch that you can actually go to, right? Or even if you're dealing with like a Cash App or like Bancorp Bank, right? Which doesn't have any banks that you can walk into on the East Coast, that is, anyway. I think there are some on the West Coast, but here in this part of the country, you can't find any Bancorps, okay? But you can call these niggas, okay? Like, the banks were open yesterday, okay? You could call these niggas and be like, hey, somebody has closed out my accounts, they've changed my passwords, they've done all this stuff, the bank is going to do everything they can to help you to get back into those accounts. So I can't believe anything she's saying in regards to Goomba taking money from her, okay? But if he is taking money, or if he did take money, that would mean that he's probably also listed on those accounts, right? They are husband and wife. So it's not uncommon for a husband and wife to have an account together, even though I don't recommend that per se. You know what I mean? I think you should have separate accounts. I think that you can have the same account if, this is what you choose to do. But, in situations like this, you should have separate accounts. Sorry. So anyway, but either way, in this particular situation, perhaps he is already listed on those accounts. And so he would have access to anything concerning those accounts. And you can't move him off of it without him actually physically taking himself off. Okay. So that is what it sounds like is happening to me. Or if he even had access to any of these accounts to begin with. So it's one of those two things. I don't think that he went and he just took all her money and took everything away from her and all this other stuff. I think once the money ran out that they took, and again, this is the morning opinion, okay? I think once the money and the donations that Jaguar was receiving to her Cash App, once all of that money ran out, right, and she wasn't able to pay for hotels and pay for all these expensive crawfish and all this alkaline water, everything else that she's doing that she can't really afford, right? I think when all of that money ran out, he got tired, he walked away, he was sick of their shit. She had Lagena calling the cops on him, and all different types of stuff. And this is where they're at now. She has no money. She had no money to begin with. She couldn't take care of Lagena when she brought Lagena down there. She used the public, took money from the public to get Lagena down there, acting like all this money was for Lagena, when in all actuality, it was for her. And for Goomba and for everybody else to have this big ass fucking party because Jaguar thinks life is a big ass fucking party. Literally. Until the fucking party's over and now it's time for everybody to go to fuck home. And instead of her being woman enough to say, you know what? I brought you in this fucked up situation. I need to go ahead and make sure that you get back home, or I need to encourage you to go back home or to handle your business. Instead of doing that, she just gets herself locked up because she didn't have nowhere else to go. And then next thing you know, where's Lagena, right? So everybody's talking about that. This is where everybody's been talking about all night. What happened to Lagena? Shout out to Hear Her TV. There were family members of Lagena's that actually came on the panel. The aunt Sherry also came back on the panel. And she was just as concerned as everybody else. Again, Lagena is an adult who has a known mental illness. The family is aware of that and has already been through petitioning courts and other things to get Lagena to do what she has to do for her mental health. When you keep doing that, and then the person leaves the hospital and they still continue to do their own thing, eventually, to keep yourself from going in the hospital, you will stop running around behind them and telling them everything they need to do. You will let them figure it the fuck out. And sometimes you got to let life hit them for them to see it. Yes, you can be the buffer around them. You could be the support if they so shall fall and they need that support. But you need to let them do it because they grow. And that is what the family has been thinking and has been doing. They've said it. We want you home. We want you to come home. But, we don't care about you sharing text messages. We don't care about none of that. We just want you home and want you safe. And that's it. So that's what, everybody has been talking about until a lady named Shayna Lewis, shout out to her. She's in Dallas. She came up on the panel and she started talking about what's been going on with the cops and all this other stuff. Come to find out, where Jaguar was arrested yesterday in the DeSoto Police Department in Texas, they filed a missing persons report on Lagena. I cannot understand at all why the police would do that unless somebody is requesting that. Okay. There had to be someone, like cops are not, it's not normal for the cops to just declare someone missing without a family member or someone saying that this person is missing. You understand what I'm saying? And you have to provide some proof of that. So, like, for instance, if someone is declared missing in the state of Delaware, I know you got to wait like 48 hours, at least 48, I think it's 72 hours before the cops will do anything. Okay. They're not putting out no report. They're not going and looking for nobody unless the person is a minor. Now, if the person is a minor, APBs go out everywhere immediately. Cops get called, all the districts, everybody knows everything's going on. That will happen for a minor. But for an adult, somebody that's 18 and older, they're not doing that. Unless also there are aggravating factors as well, right? So the aggravating factors would be if that person has been declared having a mental condition and you can prove that that person is away from their medication and they're not taking it. Okay, if you can prove that, then yes, you can also get them APBs out on that person and everything else. Okay. Also, if the person is elderly and they have dementia or something like that, it has to be factors like that that would cause the police to get involved right away. Okay. Which is what I'm thinking happened with Lagena. However, I think it was and I don't know who, I can't point fingers because I don't know, right? But my opinion is someone who is a vigilante who is watching this story, okay, has contacted DeSoto police and told them that they are a family member or something of that nature, and Lagena is missing. We can't find her. We don't know where she is, okay? And that is what caused them to put this missing persons report out after all of the information that is added to it, okay? So not only did they say, hey, I'm a family member and she's missing, they probably said she has schizophrenia. This is all over the news. This is all over YouTube. Here's this video. Here's that video. Look at this. Look at what she's saying. She's saying that she's Aaliyah's daughter, all this stuff, and telling them this for them to file a missing persons report on her. I don't care what anybody's saying. Somebody had to do that. It was either a family member who, and they're claiming they didn't do that, or it was, like I said, a vigilante person who was watching. Now, it is a question on whether or not she has spoken with certain people. Sean Davy Way claims that he spoke with her. I believe him, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm actually going to show you why I believe him, okay? At first, I had question about it. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe, Sean is just trying to make the world feel a little bit better about this. I didn't know. But I really do think that he has spoken with her, and I am going to show you guys why. Lagena actually went live on Instagram yesterday, and she also went live on TikTok. Now, I'm going to show you guys these two videos, and I want you guys to give me your opinion of this, because it's possible there's still some question about whether or not she's, been seen, okay? And I'm going to, let me remove my banner real quick so you guys can see this one. We're going to go to the Instagram first. All right. And this is the video. Oh, no, this isn't it. Hold on one second, guys. Let me go find it. This is it right here. All right. So she did this video 16 hours ago.
Okay, just an update on what's happening. I did went and purchase me some ancestry testing kit. I bought 3 of them just in case y'all try to do some weird stuff, the elites, and also in case somebody else want to do an ancestry test too. And hey y'all. So now I gotta get some more clothes because I know y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, because I only took enough clothes to travel with. I left my clothes at home, so I gotta get some more of that.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed what I'm noticing, but she seems very sleep deprived. She seems very, very tired in this video. Just like, she's really, really tired and just kind of, unaware of what's going on here. Hey, Woo Chow, I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you. Let me get to you guys' comments in just a second, guys. But yeah, listen. Do y'all notice that she seems very, very sleep deprived, very tired?
I feel like they have to take.
Her voice is kind of just slurring. Her speech is slurring.
And I'll make sure it just back at home is not safe for me to be at home is from
that's what I was wondering. Wucha, I was wondering that if somebody had sent that paperwork to them, because how would they? There's no way that they would want to file her as a missing person unless she was told. They were told that she has schizophrenia, right? They would have had to have been told that. They didn't just file a missing persons report on her. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue with the rest of this video. But like I said, I do believe that Sean did talk to her because she did this video literally 16 hours ago. Okay.
She gave birth to me. I'm a blackie. Now you calling me a B word. Look at you. Look at that. Look at them. Aaliyah 1994. You take my mama picture out your profile. Get off her.
Okay. That's what I thought. Once they got the paperwork on her being schizophrenic.
Thank you, Messy. Thank you. So, like I said, I'm about to get my ancestry test about to be coming in. So once I get it, send them my results, and then I wait for anywhere I would think either 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. So it's gonna be a minute. I wish I would have done this before I put it online, but it just the people. The higher ups, they wanted me to stop saying something. So I feel like they already tried to take my life before anyway. So no. The thing is, why I ask people, if you think I'm a scammer, wouldn't I go back and take off everybody from my profile, every little thing I said online, everything else? You think I'm that slow? Do y'all think I'm slow? No, because I'm not hiding nothing. This is the second family they want me to pretend to be at. So I'm going to show you how deep they'll go. And that's what they did. Once my DNA test come in and you realize I'm her daughter, then you're going to be like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's fucked up. That's all y'all going to say. And then meanwhile, I'm still got to make sure my mom get justice for her death. Get justice for her death, Aaliyah 1994. Did you get justice for her? Or you the one that still believe that she went in the plane?
Me too.
By her own accord.
Me too, child.
Did you or no? Did you or no? No, you're not gonna do nothing because you just sitting here pretending, but you are a twin. That's my uncle. If you look at my pictures growing up, I always looked old. I was always older than him.
I think she's pretty too. She don't need that wig. That wig really took away from her.
First off, Dominique Franklin is not my mother. So she want to claim to be my mother knowing damn well she didn't give birth to me, knowing damn well. And then you shitting on my mom's face like that. Don't do that.
So she's definitely, you can hear the sleep deprivation. You can see that she's still delusional. She's still kind of talking like, the way that she was. And so if they have this missing persons report on her and they're able to find her, then say she does walk into a police station or something, they may be able to commit her, right? With her having that diagnosis and with them knowing about what's going on, they very well may be able to commit her and get her assistance and get her back home to Michigan. That is where she needs to be. Now, I hear Sean, I heard him say, she's in danger and all this other stuff. I don't think she's in danger. I think part of that is just part of her delusions. I think that, her feeling like she's in danger with people and stuff like that. I really think that's part of it. And I think she needs the assistance that she needs so that she can get on the right track and she's not thinking that she's in danger and stuff like that. I really think she needs to go back to Michigan. I do. I think she needs to get back there as quickly as possible. And, I think she really needs assistance in getting that done. She very well may need somebody to kind of talk to her and kind of talk her down and say, hey, let's go over and let's talk for a little while. Let's go to the park. Let's get whatever we're doing. and just get her to trust you enough to allow you to help her, right? Because if they don't trust you, they're not going to let you help them anyway. Half the time they don't even think anything wrong, for real. So, you gotta, we gotta do this, and I don't know how to approach it, but I definitely don't like the way Sean did that. I'm sorry. I love you, Sean, but I don't like the way you did that. Her family needs support. They need help. They need assistance. They don't need nobody jumping down their throats, yelling and screaming at them, jumping up and down and trying. For what? How is that helping Lagena? And you claim you want to help Lagena. Then her first line of defense is her family. And I would get behind them before I got behind anybody in regards to that situation. I would definitely get behind them. You said, so she's just going to deny her twin brother. Yeah, she keeps saying that he's her uncle. And then the other day she had admitted that he was, she does have a twin. She did admit that the other day. So like I said, she goes back and forth between reality and delusion, And, we got people that, unfortunately, like Sean, that's kind of helping to feed this delusion when I need you to not feed the delusions, right? Part of it is not jumping up and down on the family. That's part of it, because that's part of the delusions, and so, that's just something I really think is wrong. You said she probably got some rest last night with Jag not there, right? Because Jag doesn't sleep. Exactly. Jag has her up all night long looking at these videos, AT2, this person, that person, hear her, everybody else, everybody. She got all these people, just her all in all this stuff and listening and going in on all this stuff. And it's not healthy for that girl. It really is not. You said living life to the fullest. Yes, she does look much better. I think she's a pretty girl. I absolutely do think so too. I really do. And she doesn't realize how beautiful she is. She will though, but she doesn't realize how pretty she is. And yeah, she didn't need that wig. You said Sean, the SDW has been cussing her family out since the day they began speaking publicly. Yeah, and I don't know if it was because it wasn't on his channel, right? That's what I'm thinking it was, because it wasn't on his platform. It was on, Hear Her's platform. And because of that, people get in their bag. These content creators really be getting in their feelings, and it don't even be that goddamn deep. Like I said, everybody has room out here. It ain't really this ain't even our goddamn space. They can take this shit from either one of us any goddamn time they want to. So, he can go and say whatever he wants to his audience, and Hear Her can say what she wants to her audience, and we gonna tune in. I might tune in on 2 different devices. I might have him on one and her on the other. What's wrong with that? Like, I don't understand why, why he's doing that. And like I said, I really think that it's just simply because it wasn't there. You know what I mean? And like he said, he keeps saying, they need me. I need to feed the sisters. I need to feed the ladies. I need to feed the girls. Okay, maybe you do, right? But I don't think it's that goddamn deep. I just don't. I really don't. You said it's a sad situation. It really is. It is so sad. You said social media gone wrong. Jay forces her follower to watch YouTube videos for 24 hours straight. Exactly. Hey, Eyes Nation, I appreciate you. And shout out to Eyes Nation TV. Make sure that you guys go over and check her out as well. She also has been covering this and been talking about Philadelphia TV. So make sure that you guys check her out. She is funny. Okay, y'all. Eyes, don't be playing no games. She will get in on Jaguar and go in on that ass. Okay. So make sure that y'all check her out, y'all. You said, woo, child. You said, preach, honey. I know that's right. You said, me too. The pretty lady part. Yes. You said, it's sad, Eyes. You said, fact sparkle. She is. Yes, she is very beautiful. All right, guys. So we're going to listen to a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to get over to the Twitter page as well. Her TikTok, because I want you to see that she did go live on TikTok as well.
And so they put me around different family members of hers since 2007. So, but I already got shut up by my own parents. Well, my dad, R. Kelly, in 2001.
So I was there for that video. I recall that. I do think it could have been handled much better. I definitely think he could have did that a little bit different. I think at that point, he should not have given out her contact information to anybody, or he should not have given her anybody's contact information. If she wanted to get in touch with Jag, I would have said, you will have to do that on your own. That is not something that I will be helping you with, right? Knowing that Jag has a mental illness, knowing that she has a mental illness, and, he has dealt with his own issues with anxiety and stuff like that, I would have been a lot more careful on not giving her that information. That's for sure. I think he should have done a little bit more about that. I agree. But I don't think it's his fault what's happening. I will say that. And I've said that before. I think Jag and Lagena make their own decisions. But do I think he played a big role in why things are like they are? Yeah, let's keep it a bean. We're not going to pretend that he didn't play a big role in this, because literally we wouldn't even know this girl if it wasn't for him. Now, there are some people who say, hey, they were following her on TikTok. I was not, right? I didn't know anything about her until I watched what was going on Sean's show. So, most, and a lot of people are saying the very same thing. So, yeah, if it wasn't for his conversation with the people, right? Literally, we would have no idea what's going on with Lagena. But the fact that he introduced her is why I feel almost gaslit, by the situation. So yeah, I agree. You said good morning to everyone, and you said hey to Eyes. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and finish up a little bit of this, and then we're going to get to the TikTok video, and then we're going to end the show.
Don't do that. Look, why my so-called twin brother look like my grandpa? Maybe he's my mom's child too. You never know. You never know.
So you see how she kind of goes back and forth? Like,
you never know.
She don't know him. He's her uncle. Oh, he might be her child too.
Anyway, I do appreciate you guys for taking me to my places in this city. I got to go to my vocal lessons today. Hopefully, Jag recommended him, and she said she have high regards. She hold high regards of him. So my first vocal lessons was with him. I'm gonna be producing music this year too, and it is what it is. Did I know Jag since 2020? No. No, I can't make this shit up. She looked like Hilt's uncle and them. I know.
What's up,
Propane? Like my grandma from that side. Do you need money? I mean, if you want to help, I'm not turning down money unless you're a bad person. Lagena goes.
Girl.
Thank you.
Now she got twins, a boy and a girl. And he looked like her, and she looked like the dad.
Why did I start working at the casino? I was trying to open the can of olives, and then this part right here got sliced open when I was trying to pull it back, and it cut right through here. So they have to glue it, so I can't deal no cards yet.
I'm gonna tell y'all something about the twin brother, right? It was funny to me because even fraternal twins, I know fraternal twins, you know what I mean? And they're not like identical to each other, but they do look alike, right? These two kids don't look anything alike. Like, listen, her brother and her, they don't look alike at all. They look like they have two different sets of parents, literally. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, they have no similarities to them whatsoever. So it does make her story a little bit funny. It makes you wonder what's really going on. I don't think she's Aaliyah's daughter. I damn sure don't think that, she is related to R. Kelly or Aaliyah in any kind of way. But I will say that that brother does not look like her at all. At all. Like, not even close. It's funny because they are the ones that's supposed to have the same dad. And the other girls, the De Jesus girls, are the ones that have the same father, or, well, a couple of them have the same father. And then there's another group of them that have another father, but they're all De Jesuses, right? And they look alike. And then, Lagena, she really doesn't. The only one she looks like is her mom. She does look like Zima Franklin. She does look like her. Okay, Dominique Franklin, senior. She looks like her a lot. Okay, you can't deny that is her child. But the twin brother and her have no similarities. It's just weird to me. I mean, maybe it's just me, but it's weird to me. Let me get in the comments and see what you guys think. You said, right, Miss T. Pre, yeah. You said Aaliyah's waistline stayed snatched. Ain't no way she had twins or had her. Nope, no way. You said, right, Miss T. Pre. You said, I went to school with fraternal twins that didn't look alike. It's possible. Okay, so I'd like to see that because, I did see a set of fraternal twins who one was dark skinned, one was light skinned, right? One had like gray eyes and the other one had dark eyes. I've seen that, but not where they just look nothing alike at all. They don't even look like brother and sister, Spot 'em. So I'm pretty sure even the fraternal twins that you knew, they looked similar, right? Like there was something about them that was similar. These two have no similarities from what I can see. I mean, maybe, y'all see something different, but I don't see any similarities in them. You said they have the same nose and eyes to me. Okay. I don't see no similarities in them two. I really don't. For them to be fraternal twins, it's just weird to me. You said I have a set of cousins that are fraternal twins and they look like they don't even belong in the same family. Okay. So a lot of y'all are saying that y'all seen that before. I just thought like I have some fraternal twins in the family too. And then I have paternal twins and maternal, I guess they're called, in the family as well. And they are, they look alike. You know what I mean? Like they do. They're not, identical. The ones that are identical, the maternal twins, they look exactly alike. You can't tell. I can tell them apart because they're my cousins, right? But the other ones, they look alike to me. You know what I mean? Like I see similarities in them. I don't see any similarities in these two. Maybe I need to see another picture or something. You said, I don't trust nothing they say. Okay. I don't know what's going on with who or what or how. All I know is something ain't right. You said, if Seal, Kevin Hart, and Flavor Flav don't come get their motherfucking lost daughter. No, propane. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. He said, Spot on. Yes, it's weird to see twins so different. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You said, I have fraternal twins in my family and they look nothing alike. What is dark? One is dark, one is light, and one is taller, one is shorter. How about that? Okay. Okay. So yeah, like I said, I've seen that, like where they're like dark and light and, different things like that, but they still have something similar. So maybe I just need to look a little bit stronger. But right now, I can't see it. I'm putting glasses on, everything. I ain't seeing it. We'll do a little comparison a little later on. You said, girl, she's so chill when she is telling all these stories while collecting cash apps. Okay. You said there has been cases where twins had different fathers. Yes. Now that I was wondering if that is what was going on in this case, right? Because I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, but like I said, they don't look alike to me at all. Maybe it's something I'm missing, but you said, I know a few twins look different races. It's common here, especially from a Caribbean background. Okay. Okay. That's interesting to know. Yeah. And Living Life is from Europe, guys. So she's over in London, well, in that area. And yeah, that would make sense to her. Okay. Hey, KOM, you said, what's she going to do now that Jag is detained? She need to take her ass home. That's what she need to do. For real, she need to. But the worries of her being missing and we can't find her and all of that stuff, I don't know. I think that she may very well be okay, right? I think she got some good rest. I'm hoping she got some rest. I'm hoping she goes live today and kind of shows everybody that. But I'm going to tell y'all, Jaguar probably going to get out of jail today. She's probably going to see a magistrate today. They're probably going to give her a bond, and she's probably going to post that bond. Now, who's going to pay that bond? I don't know, right? Because she's got to come up with a 10% to go to the bail bondsman and get 10% and put that down. Who is going to do that? Because Goomba right now is not fooling with her at all. Okay. He ain't fooling with the chick whatsoever. So I'm wondering if, she would even post a bond and what would happen in this particular situation. You said, that's true, Eyes. I saw that twice on Mari. Yeah, girl. I've seen some crazy stuff on Mari. You said, I was wondering about my cousins having different fathers and being twins. Girl. Child. The stuff that used to go on. Okay. I'm just saying. You never know, though. You said, woo, child, it's possible. Yes, it is. It is. You said Jag was trying to trick for food to feed them. Child. I was playing that video earlier. And yes, she was. She was definitely out here trying to do something strange for a little chain so that she can go ahead and get. No, she was doing some jerk for some jerk. That's what. Shout out to Diggle Logic. He always give me some funny ass sayings to say. But yes, for sure, she was out here doing a little bit something strange. She was willing to do it. And he was like, no, honey, get the hell up out of here. We ain't playing with you today. Okay. We're not doing that, boo-boo. We're not doing that. But anyway, let me go ahead and play this TikTok video. Let me go to that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on one second, guys. All right, so let me go here because she did this TikTok video as well. And just to put everybody at ease over this, it helped put me at ease anyway, a little. All right, bear with me just a moment, y'all, because we're going to get to Lagena. All right. And on TikTok, she is Lagena Love Gold. Okay. So she has 4,900 followers over there. She has had millions of views over there. And it is crazy what's going on. You said, so is Lagena staying with Goomba? No, Goomba allegedly, we don't really know, y'all, but I'm going to say this. Allegedly, Goomba is with his family. He don't want anything to do with them at all. So, I can't really say, that she's with him because allegedly she's not, and he don't want anything to do with her at all. Okay, that's according to him and according to what he's been saying. Now, I want y'all to remember what she had on in that video where she said she had done, she was about to go and do some lessons, right? I want y'all to remember that. But let me go ahead and go through y'all's comments real quick so that we can get back to that. You said Jag was trying to trick for food to feed them. You said, we're not claiming Jag in Philly no more. We don't give a fuck about her, just like Umar, okay? Okay? She got to go sit down somewhere. We can't claim Jaguar no more. We can't do that no more. You said, damn. You said jerk for jerk. You said another content creator called the precinct on a live. The officer said she refused to let them take her fingerprints. Yeah, I heard that too. She was doing all kinds of stuff. They had to get her medication to her. So, there are people like Lagena, her son, the mom, all of these people that have access to Jaguar. Okay. And they were able to get her meds to the precinct and actually get her to take that and first get that in her system to calm her down. And then they was like, yeah, bitch, you still going to jail. Okay. You still going to fuck the jail up in here. Okay. She got 2 charges that I know of. I heard there's a 3rd charge. Moo Child, I think maybe if you know, you can let me know. But I know that she has 2 for sure. One is disorderly conduct. And the other one was, I forgot what the other one is. Y'all go look it up. Okay. But I've heard that there's 3 charges. Dr. Blue was talking about that, and a couple other people were talking about that. Y'all can verify that in the chat for me. But I know for sure there's 2 charges that she's facing. Okay. Even though Sean was saying, nah, she was in a mental hospital. No, baby, she's in jail. She's in jail. Okay. She locked up. They won't let her out. Okay. They won't let her out. Okay. Child, she in there. All right. So yeah, she was in there really going in and doing the most and acting a fool. Okay. And they wanted to get her medication and get her in the right state of mind And then, yes, they did lock her ass smooth the fuck up. Okay. Mhm. You said Diggable, y'all laughed at that. You laughed at Wolf. You said, so is Lagena staying with Goomba? I think I answered that question. No. From what I know, Goomba's with his family members. Lagena is with Jaguar's camp. She's with her mom and with the son, and I don't even know if the son is with her either. I don't know. I think he is though. So Lagena's been hanging out with them and kind of with them. Okay, and this is allegedly where she's doing these videos and stuff at is when around them. Okay, so this is what I'm hearing. You said Sparkle, no way, girl. You said they said if she doesn't let them take her fingerprints, the judge will not see her. Wow, that's wild. You said, does Jag live in hotels? From what I've seen, she's been living back and forth in different motels. One of the motels is right outside of Fort Worth. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Crown Inn or something to that nature. She's been staying at the same motel for sure. And it's kind of like a residence inn type of place where it's got like couches and stuff like that too. So it's kind of like a living motel where you can live in that joint, I guess. But yeah, that's what I'm understanding. You said she know not to act like this where she lives, just like Umar. Okay, she know bitches will knock her the fuck out in Philly. Get the fuck out of here, Jag. You said you can Jag in the background. You can hear Jag in the background talking shit to the police officers. What? That's wild. That's wild. What channel was that on? You can put that in my comment section. I don't mind you mentioning content creators unless it's somebody I don't fuck with. Then I would say don't mention their name. But there ain't too many content creators I dislike, especially in the T sector. I don't have no beef with nobody. You said, so as far as we know, she's alone. I don't think she's alone. I just think she's not with Goomba. And of course, obviously, she's not with Jag, right? But Jag's mom stays there. And Jag's older son stays there. He's like 19 or something like that. He stays there as well. So she has, he's like 17 or 18 or 19 or something to that nature. And he lives there too. So she's been staying with them. And they tired of her ass. Child, listen. We all tired of Jag, man. You said, okay, her behavior is shocking. Word. You said, Sparkle, she is a mess. You said, I don't blame them, Sparkle. Okay. Resisting arrest. That's what it is. Yeah. Thank you, Woo Child. I knew it was another one. It's disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. And somebody else said that there's a third charge. I don't know what that third charge would be. But she's going to get out today on that shit, y'all. They might even let her out on her own recognizance. You know what I mean? They might not even give her a bond or anything. Just be like, go home and come to court. They might do that, but we'll see what happens, right? They might be tired of her ass right now, especially the way that she went at that cop yesterday, that Ramirez, whoever the hell he is, honey. But we know who he is now. Like, damn. Nigga out here selling drugs, allegedly. Nigga got to get his wife, allegedly. Listen. She said a lot of stuff that honestly I do not condone. I don't think that was okay for what Jaguar was saying about that cop's wife and stuff like that. Listen, baby, you lucky they ain't shoot your ass for real. You lucky they ain't really come hard on you. And I did see where they were starting to surround her, right? I don't know what they did after the fact. I'm sure Jag is going to tell us a whole fucking story when she gets out today, right? We're going to hear it. But at the end of the day, I do think she will come home today, and we'll see what happens. But I will point out something that Sean Davey Way was talking about before I finish the comments and also before I get to this video. It was something I agreed with that Sean said, okay? He said that Jag has a pattern of getting rid of people a certain way. So she will get Goomba in his bag and in his feelings about stuff, right? And get him to be the one that turns his back on the person. And then she walks away. Like she goes into the mental hospital and now she's in jail, right? And all this other stuff. And the idea was to get these people to walk away from her. So it worked in Solar's case, right? When Solar kind of was like, she went to the hospital. Goomba ain't fucking with me. I guess I got to leave. Okay. That really clicked in his mind and he left. Okay. With Lagena, that's not going to be the same thing. So if Jaguar is thinking that, like, hey, I've got to do whatever I can to get Lagena to get the fuck up out of here, right? Because at the end of the day, if Jag isn't there, like say Jag does get held in prison, in jail, right? Say they actually hold her for like 30 days. They could do something like that, right? Say they hold her for that amount of time. Lagena's not going to be able to hang out with Jag's mom and her son for the next 30 days. The whole purpose of her being here is because of Jaguar. So if Jaguar is not in the picture, Lagena stands out like a sore thumb. Okay, they're not going to want to take care of her. They're not going to want to feed her and make sure she's good and make sure she got somewhere to sleep and all this other stuff. And while she out here taking money, on Cash App, and instead of buying groceries or buying something, she out here getting vocal lessons. You know what? They are most definitely, okay, not going to take care of her for 30 days, all right? They're not even going to take care of her for 5 days. They're not even going to take care of her for another 38 to 40, 30, 36, 48 hours, okay? Like, her time is limited, pretty much, as long as Jag is not there. Now, once Jag gets there, right, I want to see how she reacts to Lagena. I want to see if she's, like, still comfortable with Lagena being there. Because I don't think she is. I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with Sean on that. I think Jaguar checked out of that a while ago. She never believed that Lagena was actually really R. Kelly's daughter and all this other stuff. She never believed that shit. It was just something that she knew was going to make her money. And when that shit started drying up and people didn't want to fuck with Jag no more behind this shit and they just wanted to get Lagena home, she was like, well, fuck it. She go home. She's not really valuable to me anymore. At least this is my opinion of it, okay? I could be wrong, but again, this is the morning opinion. I honestly believe that she does not want anything to do with Lagena anymore, and this was her way of trying to get away from her. Jag does all kinds of weird, crazy shit that we can't understand. We can't get in her mind and figure that shit out. That's just something that she chooses. So yes, I do agree with that. I think that at this point, she did something drastic to try to get Lagena away. But Lagena is not thinking like that. She's thinking, I'm going to wait till Jag get home. I'm going to wait no matter how long that's going to be. If it's 8 years, I'll still be here. And I'm going to wait to make sure that Jag is okay. Because that's the delusion that Jag has fed into for the past 3 weeks. So now she's got to deal with that. Guys, hold on 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and play a quick timer, and I will be right back with you guys, okay? Real quick. Sorry, guys, about that. I had to take a quick break real quick. All right, so listen. I honestly do feel like, she is, I feel like Jag is going to come home today, okay? And I feel like she is definitely going to keep feeding into these delusions as long as they make money for her. But the fact that they weren't making money, and they stopped making as much money to the point where she out here ready to jerk for some jerk, okay? At the end of the day, it's time for her to go home. And that's what she's thinking. And she don't want to be woman enough to tell this girl, yo, I need you to go home. I bit off way much more than I could chew. I was thinking that, and this is what Jag was thinking. And this is my opinion. I was thinking that, hey, we get all this money for you. We get you down here, go on the Greyhound at that. And we get you here. And then people are going to keep pouring money into Philadelphia and pouring money into you. That's what she thought. She thought that the people were going to keep pouring money into everybody. Keep pouring money into this situation. And it didn't work like that. It didn't work like that. And now she's like, shit, I got this grown ass woman tagging along with me and everybody everywhere. And I can't afford her. Yes, she gets a check and all this other stuff, but we don't know what she's going to do with it. She'll probably get more vocal lessons with it. And this is what Jag is thinking. And she's probably just done. But she shouldn't have brought her in that position in the first place. She shouldn't have brought her down there. You know? But she did. And that's fucked up. So what does she do now? What does Lagena do, right? Where does this leave Lagena? Because it's obvious that she's nothing, that she's alive, right? She was on TikTok. She was on her Instagram. And I'm going to show you guys her TikTok. I think this one was, okay, this one was the latest TikTok that she did.
There's no way for me to contact my grandma Diane. I just want her to let her know that for you, grandma.
So this one was 16 hours ago.
That you traumatized me when you said not to let nobody know, not to say it again, not to say call her mom. You traumatized me, and it's a burden that I carry because I feel like I did something wrong, and I kept trying to overthink why. And I just want to say, you made me feel very low. You made me feel very like I was doing something wrong when it was my right, my given right to say she's my mom, and also express that I love her and I was happy for her. And I'm going to live my life being able to do that. And it is what it is. And I wish you'd done a better job at protecting my mom when you should have. And and me.
So this is what I find kind of strange about that video. Okay. And again, I'm not, I don't like to do the conspiracy theories like that, but I will say this. That video is also 16 hours old. Okay. It's 16 hours old, just like the Instagram video is 16 hours old. So it seems like she would have the same outfit on still, right? On this video, she's made up. She has on a whole different outfit. The hair is the same, but the outfit is not. And she seemed like she had on, makeup and all this stuff, whereas she did not have that in the video on Instagram. Yet the two videos are the same age. That's what just seems strange to me. You said she seems medicated. She seemed tired to me. She seemed like maybe that could be it. Maybe she is taking her meds, right? She seems tired though, like sleep deprived to me. He said, not the timer. He said, jerk for some jerk. You said that one is gonna stick, Sparkle. You said, child. So yeah, let's go over that a little bit, because I remember when my son first started taking his medications, right? He did feel tired, like it was a lot of sleep, But as he got used to it, that kind of subsided. That doesn't happen as much. The slow speech is not something that should be happening. Unless it's something like I said, she would have, if she had just started this medication, maybe, right? Maybe. I'm having a hard time believing that she's just starting certain medications because she's not in her home state. She's in Texas, and it takes a while to get all of that stuff transferred, right? From one state to the next. As far as like her insurance, the family says she has Medicaid, and different things like that. So getting all that stuff transferred to be able to see a physician, a psychiatrist that can prescribe medication, that takes a while. That's not something that happens overnight, right? So I'm having a hard time thinking that she's on any new medications. You know, I am having a hard time thinking that. Maybe she's I don't know. I just really think she's sleep deprived. I really honestly think that. But those two videos did concern me with the fact that one was uploaded, and the other one was a live video. She did one of them as a live video. So the Instagram one was live, but the TikTok was uploaded, and I had a totally different outfit than this one. You know what I mean? Which means that that video was not done at the same time, or it wasn't done the same day. You know what I mean? Which to me seems strange. I don't know, but I could be wrong, right? But either way, hashtag get Lagena's ass home, okay? And hashtag Jaguar Right is canceled out this bitch, okay? We not playing around with this hoe. I'm tired of this hoe. I'm sick of the stuff that she's been doing. It's not right. And the karma that's coming to her behind the stuff that she's doing with Lagena is exactly what she deserves. I don't know. Like I said, I think she's going to get out today. Just recapping a little bit. I think she will come home today. I can't guarantee that. I don't know because I don't work for them, right? And I'm not in the police and all that stuff. So I really don't know. But I do think that she most definitely deserves where she is right now. You know what I mean? Just based off of what she has done. All of this stuff that she has put this girl through. And now this girl is down there helpless like this. Like, and you know, I know that there are people that say Lagena's grown and she can make her own decisions. And you're right about that to a certain degree. But the bottom line is Lagena has a condition. And if that condition goes untreated, it gets worse. And it is a situation that you don't want to see them in. You don't want them to be at that state, right? In that state of mind where it's, you know, almost too late or it's gone too far. You know, you don't want that to happen to this girl. It is clear she's delusional. It's clear she's on video saying, you know, still talking delusional, talking, you know, in these delusions and giving us all this stuff. It's clear. So at this point, it's about getting her help, right? I think the arguing, the fighting back and forth, you know, and whatnot, I don't think that's necessary. I don't think it's necessary to get up and prove to everybody that, you know, everybody gets their quote unquote content from you. I don't think that's necessary. I think it's important to help Lagena. And if you're really, you really care about her, right? And you have direct access to her, you would be encouraging her to do what she's got to do for herself. Again, you don't know her family. So getting on her family and jumping down their throats and telling them just for clicks and views and for people to be cheering you on in the crowd, like that's not cute at all. Especially if you have never experienced such a thing. And there are millions of people that have paranoid schizophrenia. Millions. More people than you can even imagine. And they have it. It's either being treated or they don't know. All kinds of stuff is going on with that. So become aware, right? Educate yourself. Don't jump down the family's throat because, like I said, they need more assistance and more help than anything right now. They need more people, prayer warriors behind them. They need more people that are really holding them up in spirit and doing everything they can physically for them as well. That is what they need. They don't need motherfuckers hair flipping and all this extra shit and talking shit and all this. For what? How is that helping anybody? Really? For hours at that. That's not helping anybody. We need to support these people. Even if they do have a dark past. I think Every family has somebody or something that they can pull up that is pretty fucking ugly for the world to see. Everybody. And it's not right to keep chastising people, even if they've been through some really horrible things. And you know, it may have been one person or two people in their family that have done some crazy shit. That doesn't mean everybody in the family should be held accountable. If they need assistance and they need help, we should help them. Bottom line. Because it doesn't really matter, you know, this other stuff. That's up to the authorities to figure out, right? If there was such things going on, that would be an investigation that the authorities would get involved with, and they would need to do their part on. That's not for YouTube to be involved with. All we need is to get Lagena help. And that's whatever that means. And like I said, the first line of defense for her is her family. Period. Even if you don't think so. It's irrelevant. She's not a kid. If she was a little child and she was in some type of danger in the home she was living in, I would understand that. But she has her own apartment. She has her own space. And that's even up for question of whether this space still exists. Right? I want to say something about that. I heard Sean talking about this last night about Lagena's alleged apartment and how she still has the apartment and how he knew for a fact because there was supposedly some type of pay program that automatically pays your rent when you're getting Social Security. I don't know who told him that, okay? But I don't think that's true. And I was trying to look for information on that because, you know, I don't think that's true. They will send the money to whoever the payee is. So if it's somebody else outside of them, they will get those funds. Now, Lagena could set something up like that, right, through her bank accounts or through like some, you know, through a specific program. But Social Security is not doing that. Social Security is not doing that. I'm letting you know. Now, I could be wrong. Okay. If y'all know something different, please let me know in the comments. Y'all know this is the morning opinion. I'll be giving y'all my opinion, right? But I've looked for this too. I was trying to find that. Now, I do know that, like I said, there, like the VA has a program where you could, which is the Veterans Association. They have programs similar to that where they can help you, you know, set aside a certain amount of money from your check. So it'll go into a certain account. It'll be designated like that every single month to make sure that that's done. So maybe that's what Sean Davy Way was talking about, right? But something similar to that. But how would you know that unless she showed you proof that that was set up? And I think that's far-fetched to say, you know what I mean, without really knowing for sure. The bottom line is, if her family members are saying that it's possible that she has lost her place, like her own brother is saying this, why don't we believe him? For what? What does he got to lie to the people for? What do they have to make this shit up for? If she lost her place, which would make sense to why she's running so much, if she lost her place, then let's help her. Period. If you're only going by the fact that she was in the place when she did the interview with you, I mean, they told you why that happened. When she got out the hospital, which, like she said, I was in the hospital the day before, right? When she got out the hospital, she was still in her delusion, and she went back to a comfortable and familiar place, which is her apartment, even if she got put out. It's almost like their fault they didn't change the locks yet, right? Allegedly. And that's if she doesn't have this apartment anymore. But that's not something we know for fact. So we can't be arguing and going back and forth over this stuff. It's not important. It is important to get this girl help. I think that's much more important than any of this other stuff. And I would appreciate it if Sean figures that out at this point. I think also Sean feels a lot of guilt. Let's be real. I think he feels guilty. And I think he doesn't know how to deal with that. And I understand. I do. I understand. I understand what guilt feels like, right? Even if you're not really responsible, but you feel guilty and you react. And I think he's reacting to his own guilty feelings. But this is not helping Lagena. It's not. It's not healthy at all. And I hope he's not having these types of conversations with her. I really do. But I have a feeling he is. You said Jag needs to go lay down. Child, okay. You said Jag on a verbal rampage, okay. You said Angela and Goomba will need to be deprogrammed from all this BS with Jag. Most definitely. Angela definitely is going to need that. She'll be in counseling and be able to get some therapy, some behavior therapy, some other stuff to help her with that stuff. And just kind of deprogram from it all. And Goomba, yeah, he's going to need that too. But you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't think Goomba's going to stay away from Jag. I think eventually he's going to end up back. I do. I hope not, but I think he is. I just do. She's already said all the stuff she said about his mom and all them yesterday. She said all that stuff before. You know what I mean? So I think he'll be back. You said she's probably exhausted dealing with Jag. Smack. I'm exhausted just viewing this stuff. Okay? I'm just saying. You said diggable, right? You said, yes, I do. I want to see destruction at this point. Okay? You said, right. He's worried about content when Angela's mental capacity is at stake. Exactly. Like, don't nobody care about all this other stuff. This is not what we're here for. You know what I mean? And like I said, to me, it just seems like, his guilt is getting to him and he is reacting because of that. You said, I agree, Diggable. You said, morning, T-Pre. Hey, Alan, I appreciate you being in the building. Shout out to you. You said, what you going to do about it? Hey. You said, that's a damn lie, okay? You said, I was just going to say that that's good if she has her own place. So, yeah, it's questionable of whether she's got that or not. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. You said, you got that right, Miss T. The dark family part, everybody. Everybody got some shit in their family that's dark, especially us Black people, okay? Shit. Did you know? Shit. We all got tea. I don't know if you knew. Shit. You said, was she a child of the state taken into care? At some point, she was. All right, so let me give y'all a little bit of a backstory on that for those of y'all that don't know. So her mom is Dominique Franklin Sr. She was on drugs at one point in her life that has been confirmed by family members, okay? And she lost custody of all of her children. The Hispanic children, the DeJesus children, went to the DeJesus's grandmother, and she raised them for the most part. The other children, which is Angela, her twin brother, and there's a little brother as well named David, they went, and Elijah's name is the twin brother. They went to the other grandmother, which is Zima's mother. Her name was Shirley or something to that nature. She raised them until she couldn't anymore, and then the state ended up taking those kids. And they were in the state. She had bounced back and forth between various foster homes and various places. So when they're saying, and I will give Sean credit for this, when they are saying that Lagena was never abused and nothing ever happened to her, they don't know that. That is something family, this is why I said their family needs support. They need counseling. They need help too, because they need to come to terms with some things, right? Because it's possible that she really did experience some S abuse or experience some major traumatic issues that caused this issue, okay, and that caused this condition, okay, or that helped to develop this condition. So she does, they need to speak with somebody, because she was a ward of the state at one time, and she went back and forth with various foster homes. She was still coming around. They were bringing them at a certain point around to the other kids and different things like that. They were getting to know them, but she was back and forth in foster home and in foster care for all of her life. And yeah, that's pretty sad. You said he says anything and expects people to not fact check the ish he says, or thinks people don't know any better. But her aunt is willing to let her stay at her home and help her get a place to live. Exactly. Her aunt is willing. The cousin, Angela Cruz, is willing as well. The sisters, they're willing too. Well, one of them, I don't know. I think the Quita sister is just like, she's done. But the other sister is like, listen, if she get her shit together, yeah, she can come on. I'll help her. But I'm not going to keep chasing her and driving myself crazy, and I can't even take care of my own kids because my sister don't want to do. Like, y'all don't understand how that is unless you've been through some shit like that. That's facts. It's facts. You said it's so good to hear someone logically speaking and unbiased. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. I'm very unbiased in this situation. And like I said, I've experienced schizophrenia in my family. So I know exactly, and I'm the first line of defense, So I know exactly what it's like. And I wish a nigga would get in my face and tell me, I'm this horrible person because of what they're going through. You got me fucked up. You have no idea what I've done. You have no idea how many nights I've rolled around crying on the floor to God. No many nights. How many nights I heard over that? My baby boy. So before anybody steps up and tells anybody how somebody's family should react to schizophrenia, if you have not experienced it, you need to have several seats, because everything is not about clicks and views. It really isn't. This girl needs help. Period. You said, yes, they went to Shirley. Okay, so that's what it was for sure. Mm-hmm. You said, okay, childhood trauma, sad. Yes, and that's what it was, and again, this was their circumstances. This is what happened in their family, right? And their family deserves privacy over this. Their family deserves to deal with this situation the way that they need to deal with it. And we need to stay the fuck out of it. Like, period, right? We can help them with, whatever assistance they need, but jumping down their throats about stuff we don't know shit about is not our place. It really ain't our place. And it ain't doing nothing but hurting Lagena even more. That's literally what it's doing. So I'm going to need everybody to stop doing that. But shout out to all the content creators that are out here really putting in that work, really talking about this, really supporting this. Shout out to Hear Her TV, Della Cream Della. They've really been going in on this situation. I've been watching both of them, and I really, really support both of those channels. So shout out to them. I still love Sean. I'm going to keep watching Sean probably sometimes, but I had to fall back because of that, because I just felt like that was just really wrong. And we all deserve to be wrong and deserve to redeem ourselves and do the right thing. So hopefully he will do that. But I appreciate all of you new loungers that are in the building. Shout out to you guys. Make sure that you guys are subscribed, okay? Make sure that you do hit that notification bell so that you know every time I am live. I do the morning opinion a couple times a week. I also do what's called the night ride, so make sure that you guys come in and check that out as well, okay? And we also talk about pretty much the same topics and stuff like that, okay? Thank you. You said we appreciate your support and prayers. No problem. And I want you guys to keep going out and doing your thing. I am watching and I am staying on top of this as well. Anything that I can help with, let T Pre know. Okay, here at Black Lounge, I got y'all. Anything that I'm able to do, definitely let me know. You said subscribe Saturday and like button hit. Thank you so much, Wu Cha. I appreciate that. Listen, guys, I really appreciate you guys again for all coming in. And I will talk to you guys later, okay? We are going to get back into this. There is some other stuff I want to talk about in the sector. And there's some other things going on with Lagena. But for now, what I know and what I'm seeing, she is not missing. She is alive and well. But hopefully we'll hear more about what's going on today. All right. So again, thank you guys for coming into the Morning Opinion, and peace, guys. I will talk to you guys soon.